All right, here we go. The play-in game in the National League. The winner goes to Milwaukee on Thursday. Imagine if the Rockies win. It'd be back-to-back-to-back road games. The Rockies are now playing their third game in 3 different cities, in 3 different time zones, in 3 days. And it's Freeland against Leicester. Freeland on short rest. More on that coming up. The Cubbies are 135 and 7 the total. Freeland has been dynamite. Not enough respect and attention paid to this guy who has a better ERA at home, unheard of, than he does on the road. So he's going on short rest. He hasn't lost since August 1st. He's 5-0 in September. He's 9-1 with a 2.40 ERA in 14 starts since the break. He's been money. But when you're talking about money here, it's John Lester in the playoffs and in the postseason. Guy's been terrific going back to Boston and a key part of the Cubs run when they won the World Series. I agree with Alex Rodriguez. The Rockies can come in loose. The Cubs are expected to do something to get back to the World Series. They made the trade for Hamels, who is available to come out of the bullpen, all hands on deck with a winner-go-home situation. I think the Rockies can be loose, even though you can't love the spot, coming with another road game and travel. But all the pressure on the Cubbies, I agree with A-Rod with that assessment.
And you know what? Joe Maddon didn't do much to lessen the pressure for his squad. Look at his quote. It's the 7th game of the World Series right out of the chute. There's no lamenting. There's no crying. There's none of that. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on the Cubs today. And, of course, we talk about John Lester as this ace. John Lester never loses in October, and he hasn't given up an earned run in his last 2 starts, and he's dominated Colorado and all this stuff. And, of course, Maddon saying, if needed, Cole Hamels coming out of the bullpen if Lester gets into trouble today. Certainly been on a roll of late. How about Lester in elimination games, though? Well, it's his 3rd do-or-die start. His team lost both previous attempts, and he had an ERA well over 5 in those ball games. Got hit up back in 2014. We're in the AL wildcard game won by Kansas City and then in 2018 ALCS. The bottom line is these are older starts. You don't want to put too much into it, but this, John Lester's the ace. He's going to come in and the track record doesn't show that. Lester and the Cubs, I should say, went 0-3 in John Lester's postseason starts last year. The quote from Cole Hamels, quote, "We've got a lot of playoff experience in this locker room." And I think that's kind of what we have to pull on. There are a lot of teams that are at home right now, and I think they would love that one more opportunity to play a meaningful game. That's what we have to look at. And you read that quote, and you're like, what's going on with the Cubs right now, you know? To have these, we got to pull on something. We got to figure this out. It's one game at home against a team you're supposed to be better than. The markets, as you mentioned, Pauly, giving the Colorado Rockies, Kyle Freeland, a whole lot of respect.
Yep, and there's not one guy in that Cubs bullpen that I trust. And watch out for the Rockies bullpen with Freeland on short rest. They were horrible, and a big reason why they didn't win the division was all those games they blew in June, July, and August. But since September 1st, Colorado's pen the 3rd best ERA in the NL, trailing only the Brewers and Dodgers. And through August, the relievers had an ERA of 5. So they've straightened it out here in the last month. Cubs can't hit either. The Cubs have been in a funk for the last couple of weeks. You saw that yesterday. Bad stretch on offense. There was this tweet. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was wrong. I couldn't believe it. 39 times they were either shut out or held to 1 run. And they still won 90-plus games. That's amazing. I guess it's a testament to their pitching and Joe Med. All right, college football recap every Tuesday. Yeah.
Just real quick, one last thing on this, Rock. You talked about that Rockies bullpen going down how good it's been going down the stretch. Worth noting, Freeland, how good he's been, with Charlie Blackmon. He's been our best guy. It seems like every time he's out there, we're winning. We have a chance to win, or we do win. You talked about his 9-1 mark. Rockies are 15-2 in Freeland's 17 starts since the All-Star break. And, of course, I always mess up his name. I hate this guy. DJ for the Rockies, quote, "It seems," and I want to read this quote again because I read it yesterday, factors in for today as well. Quote, "It seems like we'll have a tough series or whatever, a tough stretch, and we'll always come back stronger. That's how it's been all year. This is a group of winners, honestly. It's a group of winners that keeps coming back. When our back's against the wall, we play our best. I don't expect that to change." Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please Make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.